Okay, before we jump to conclusions and declare that the machine overlord has officially taken our jobs, let's just take a quick breath. The whole narrative that AI is going to make every single movie is definitely loud and incredibly dramatic, isn't it? But honestly, this whole situation is getting much more interesting without sounding quite so apocalyptic. So, is artificial intelligence actually replacing professional videographers and editors overnight? Not in the slightest, truth be told. However, could it potentially make their lives significantly easier and make content creators way more productive overall? Absolutely, and I want to show you exactly what I mean using this tool called Vizard. So, what is it that actually makes Vizard feel so special compared to everything else out there? It's simple. This platform is engineered to solve a genuinely annoying problem that creators face daily, turning those long videos into snackable, high-performing clips without the hours spent scrubbing through footage. Vizard isn't really trying to generate a brand new cinematic sequence out of thin air like some other tools do. Instead, it diligently sifts through all of your existing long-form content, finds the specific moments that truly matter, and turns them into polished, ready-to-post clips. Think of this tool as a tireless editor that genuinely understands modern internet attention spans. Sure, you can certainly go and mess around with other very fancy tools that generate videos just from text or create wild visuals right inside your browser. Tools utilizing generative models and browser-based editing like background removal or motion tracking are doing some cool things without needing massive workstations. And that's admittedly quite neat, I'll give them that. But when the task is repurposing a 1-hour live stream into dozens of short clips for TikTok or Reels, most of those generative tools aren't purpose-built for that specific workflow. They might help you generate some visuals, but they won't automatically identify your most viral moments or schedule them to post when your audience is most active online. Vizard's 3 core functions are designed to bridge that exact gap. Auto-editing those viral clips, automated scheduling, and a content calendar that actually serves teams well. The auto-editing feature isn't some kind of gimmicky effect. It intelligently reads transcripts, detects emotional spikes, audience engagement markers, and key visual highlights. It specifically picks out the best sound bites and jump cuts that perform well, trims them to the right platform lengths, and even formats them so you skip reorienting or re-exporting different aspect ratios. You feed it one long video and it hands you back a whole stack of clips that are essentially ready to polish and post immediately. And if you still want complete manual control, you absolutely can tweak every single cut. The system isn't forcing any strange edits on you. Next up is auto schedule, which is honestly the kind of feature that creators only dream about having in their toolkit. You simply set how often you want content to go live, tell the platform your posting frequency, and it queues and posts clips automatically for you. That means no more manual uploading 3 times a day or dealing with those annoying cross-posting headaches. Want daily shorts published at exactly 10 a.m. and 6 p.m.? Consider that task completely done. How about setting up a drip schedule for an upcoming big product launch? That's also easily accomplished within the system. This feature is truly the lazy person's absolute best friend, and I mean that in the best possible way. The content calendar then elegantly ties all of these moving parts together into one cohesive view. You can view everything that is scheduled, easily move posts around, adjust captions, and manage all your multiple social channels right from that single location. For small teams or solo creators, this centralized management is huge because it eliminates scattered spreadsheets, random draft posts, or those late-night uploads where you forget one platform entirely. Every single piece of content planning lives securely within that one unified dashboard. Now, to be totally fair, those newer generative tools like Runway's video models are genuinely fascinating to look at. They allow you to play around with aesthetics and create short, sometimes wonderfully surreal clips just by typing in a prompt. But those generative models still have some glaring issues like weird anatomy, inconsistent motion, and that strange, uncanny vibe when you actually zoom in on the details. For specific creative uses, like art projects, quick concepts, or experimental visuals, they are absolutely amazing. But for creating consistent brand content or repurposing a webinar into dozens of reliable clips, they are simply not the ideal choice. These generative models just don't inherently obey traditional editing logic or understand context. They won't know your established brand voice or which 30 seconds from a 90-minute talk will actually convince someone to click the link. Audio quality is another area where people often get completely hung up in the editing process. Tools like ElevenLabs are making huge strides with incredibly natural-sounding voice synthesis, and other tools are getting richer voice options too. But if your primary goal is just extracting relevant moments and prepping them for posting with subtitles and decent audio punch, you might not need hyper-realistic synthetic voices. You need accurate clipping, captions, and clean overall levels. That's precisely the area where Vizard absolutely nails the execution. It automatically generates accurate captions, it normalizes the audio levels, and it helps you select the clips where the vocal quality is already good enough for publication. If you want to dub the content or add a completely custom voiceover later, you can easily integrate that into your workflow, but it's simply not the tool's core selling point. To give you a quick demo-like breakdown, you upload that one long 60 to 90-minute live stream session. Vizard immediately gets to work and transcribes the entire thing automatically for you. It then intelligently highlights the specific segments where engagement was high, where the host laughed, where a bold claim was made, or where the live chat got exceptionally loud. It then creates several different cut variations, such as a tight 15-second hook, a 30-second explainer, and a 60-second highlight, each with suggested captions and relevant tags. You preview all the options, maybe swap out a different thumbnail image, adjust the suggested caption, and then confidently hit the schedule button. The platform then automatically rotates these polished clips across all your different social channels, perfectly following the exact cadence you previously set. When you compare that entire process to traditional editing workflows, this feels like a true time warp, and in the best possible way. But hey, let's be clear. No tool is absolutely perfect in every single scenario. If your goal requires pixel-perfect color grading, highly custom motion graphics, or composing entirely new scenes from scratch, you will still need to rely on powerful tools like After Effects or Premiere. Vizard is definitely not trying to replace those high-end professional software suites. It is trying to eliminate that massive 10 to 20-hour grind of manual content repurposing that most creators either skip entirely or have to outsource at a significant expense. And for the vast majority of creators today, that time-consuming grind is the specific problem that desperately needs solving. Let's talk pricing for a moment, because we all truly hate confusing subscription math. Many of the newer AI platforms offer a freemium starting point, only to hide the real value behind expensive tiers or complex per-user credit systems. That structure can escalate costs very quickly, especially when you have a whole team where every single member needs their own dedicated account. Vizard's pricing model, however, is built to be refreshingly straightforward. There's a totally free tier to test the main auto-editing flow and explore the calendar, and then tiered plans unlock more exports and team seats. The key takeaway here is that you won't need to invest in a huge, fat hardware budget, nor will you need to purchase millions of credits just to get something genuinely useful out of it. When you stack it up against hiring a dedicated editor or paying for multiple specialized tools, this platform is a genuine steal for all the time it saves you. Let me be incredibly blunt about scenarios where you should definitely not use this tool. If you are actively producing a feature film, a music video requiring heavy VFX work, or meticulously handcrafted cinematography that relies on frame-by-frame polish, then Vizard is simply not your primary tool. But for everyday creators, marketers, educators, podcasters, and anyone producing long-form content who needs consistent social media presence, this is an absolute game changer. One of the absolute best side benefits you get from this consistency is, well, consistency itself. People often say that content is king, but in reality, consistency is the true emperor that rules the platforms. You can produce just one really great long interview each week, and Vizard transforms that into 8 to 10 pieces of content that can sustain your entire channel's presence for days. It's that continuous, unwavering presence that ultimately grows audiences, not just relying on that occasional single viral hit. As a quick side note, you can absolutely still use those flashy generative tools as a powerful second layer in your process. Need an AI-generated background for a thumbnail or a cool, trippy promo clip for a teaser? You can use a generator like Midjourney to create those specific assets and then plug them directly into the high-performing clips that Vizard has already cut for you. That combination is the true power combo, using each tool for its absolute best capability instead of expecting one single piece of software to do everything perfectly. Our own in-house editor actually loves this tool for the very practical reasons I've already mentioned. He says the same thing. When his high-powered workstation is tied up or he's actually traveling, Vizard runs perfectly in the browser and provides him with polished drafts he can easily fine-tune on the fly. He specifically mentioned that when he can't access Premiere, he uses Vizard to quickly prepare a polished batch of clips. He noted that it's fast, completely reliable, and it completely saves him from doing all of the most repetitive parts of the job. He concluded that for resource-limited situations, it's incredibly practical, and even seasoned pros can use it as an amazing time-saving utility. That quote is essentially the core pitch. It doesn't replace editors. It significantly amplifies their effectiveness. There are other built-in features that genuinely make the creator's life easier too, like a simple interface, mood-based templates, and quick preview options so you don't waste exports testing different styles. And yes, true collaboration is baked right into the system, letting you share projects, leave specific notes, and schedule posts without juggling several disconnected tools. So, how should you actually begin to think about this platform in your own workflow? If you are a creator generating any form of long-form output, think webinars, podcasts, live streams, or lectures, Vizard makes it remarkably simple to extract the exact best stuff people actually want to watch. If you represent a brand that desperately needs a steady, reliable stream of social content without employing a massive internal team, Vizard will certainly help you scale your output. And if you personally love tinkering with AI-generated visuals, feel free to pair Vizard with a generator for your assets. But don't expect that generative model to select your best 30 seconds for you. That crucial ability to select and clip the best moments is precisely where Vizard truly shines above the rest. For final thoughts, understand that AI tools are not designed to be one-size-fits-all solutions for every single creator. There are genuinely incredible platforms out there specializing in very creative work, using generative models and synthetic voices. But for the incredibly common, everyday, repeatable problem of turning long videos into consistent, platform-ready posts, the work that actually grows channels and drives engagement, Vizard is the tool that feels like it was made specifically by creators, for creators. If you are at all curious, I highly recommend starting with the free tier right now. Upload one of your podcasts or live streams. Let the system find the absolute highlights and then explore the integrated content calendar. You will likely find enough ready-to-post content there to sustain your channels for at least a full week, all in under 1 hour of work. And if you genuinely enjoy that workflow, upgrading just unlocks more exports and the necessary team seats so your entire crew can finally stop chasing down manual uploads. All right, that was my quick tour through what this tool offers. If you have any questions at all about specific workflows, like how to best use this with your podcast versus lectures, please drop a comment below and we will certainly dig into the details. For the immediate next step, go try it out right now with one of your own long videos and see just how many clips you can reasonably squeeze out of it. You might be genuinely surprised by how much valuable content you have actually been sitting on unused. Thank you very much for watching this overview, and I will definitely catch you all in the very next video.